Today's video, we are doing a what if civilization started over. So I've seen people in the mapping community do Wixo series or what if civilization started over series, and I thought that I should start one. Um, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I haven't figured out where I'm gonna make this first thing. I might put it somewhere along the coast, of course. Um, I say over here in Saudi Arabia, we have a civilization started by a tribe of like what 38 people. They're all hunting, doing all this, and they start their own civilization all the way down here. So that's the first civilization we have, and we just see that they will increase their land area real quick. So we'll see that the pink team or whatever, well, the first civilization here, after they, get a little bit more people, we're going to see that they'll expand some more. Because now they could be an official civilization. They have around 4,000 people at this time, and they are trying to expand as much as they can, go along the coastline, because the coastline is where all the soil, the good soil, and all the... If you look at any historical map of any place, you'll see that everyone, like Persia, started up here. But that's because, well, water. But we'll see that this entire part right here is just desert. There ain't much that you can do. But we will see that there will be expansion over here. And with this expansion, we'll see more people. It's a couple years have gone by. There's about 10 to 12,000 people in this civilization now. They have gone up the coastline as much as they could and actually expanded more eastward, more into the Arabian Peninsula, and they get up to the tip of the Red Sea. And at the tip of the Red Sea, that's where a lot of Mesopotamia was around here. I'm pretty sure it bordered both the Red Sea and Persian Gulf. But we will see that this civilization will become, well, it becomes a very big nation, or whatever you want to say, right off the rip. And we'll see that some people are ready to come over here. But there's a lot of people over here that disagree with that. They just want to stay along the coast. They don't believe that there's fertile soil that way. So we'll see another team that's yellow. Alright, just making sure. Head this way. And they will start off their civilization up here. And mainly just all around here. Went off screen there for a second. But it'll be around here where they will start their civilization. This is the second civilization of this video. Around here it has fertile soil like Mesopotamia did. Like, I think I've already said that. But and Persia also started over here, which was the first country civilization thing. Which is why this is called the Persian Gulf. We'll see a lot of expansion westward. Kind of like Manifest Destiny in the U.S. when it was, when it had got its independence from Britain. And that's what we'll see from that team. We'll see that this civilization down here, the red civilization, or pink civilization, will try and go up north some more, but they'll see that that would be the worst idea once they get into the desert and see nothing. They find nothing, so they'll go up the coast along this area. They see desert, but then they're like, it doesn't matter. We have all this coastline. A lot of people from the people in this country or whatever the civilization do not know about this up here. They just heard that there's going to be people up here. Just heard people talking about how they want to move it this way and, make their own civilization, or move this way so they could get more fertile soil. And that's what they did, but they didn't stick with the group. They made their own civilization, and yeah. So they're heading up along the coast when they meet up with, well, actually, no. So they head up along the coast and they meet up with them, but they don't notice that they meet up with them. So they just keep going until they run into some tribe members that are tribe members, I guess you could say. Some people in this civilization that are like, what are you doing here? Because they don't recognize them. They're like, are you part of this civilization? Or I don't know how it would work. I don't know how TSA worked back then. But they're like, get out of our land. This is our land. So they do retreat, but they don't get out of their land. They just retreat to the border of their land. And after they just stay at the border, they kind of block them from going anywhere south, making sure that they get all this to themselves. But we'll see that the pink civilization, I think that's pink still. Still not fully sure if it's pink or not. But we'll see that this civilization will go along the coast of the Red Sea in Africa now. And we will see that this team, hold on, that's too big, will have an expansion this way. They meet up with the Mediterranean Sea and are happy. They're like, we finally made it to water again. Because they've just been over here in this fertile soil area. They're like, ooh, this is a nice place. This is a nice place. Let's keep going west. So they kept going west until they met up with a body of water. And that's what happened. We'll see that more happens over here. And over here, it's very rich in soil. I've already said that. So they'll start most of their civilization will be in the middle area right around here. Along the coasts. And that'd be mainly it. There'd probably be some just out and about random places. Some maybe out in the desert dying. But we will see that they will start heading more north. There is, I think it's sandy. Maybe it's just dead grass areas, like very dry areas. I just said dead grass areas. Don't clip that. But we will see more expansion this way. From going away from the Persian Gulf. We'll see more coastline being taken, where we'll see another civilization start. So from over here, we'll have people walk this way, trying to make it past the Caucasus Mountain, and that's where they slow down. They eventually make it over here, which is where they will start their first civilization, on the coast of the Black Sea. Some of them started down here, and then they made it up. So they really just own this in the northern tip of Turkey. And it's looking very good for the green team already. They look like they are expanding very rapidly. And it's very good for a civilization. If you the more you expand, the more yeah. So we'll see that the green team will keep going along the coast, and eventually they'll make it to the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. They don't know it's the Mediterranean Sea, but they know that it's a coast, and they're gonna take it. They go along that area, and they move up north to there. A lot of Turkey, like the middle of Turkey, is, or maybe it's southern Turkey, or no, I feel like it'd be the middle of Turkey. All of it, I think, is like very dry. Has a lot of dead grass, and yeah. So we're gonna see, but we're down here. We're gonna see more of an expansion with the pink civilization. They get all the way down here. I know that I'm making it. I know that I'm going up and down, but I was just, passing the time. They did all that. And we'll see that they make it along the coast right here, and they make it all the way down here where they see land on this side. So a lot of them, hold on, they're looking out this way because they see land, and land equals good. So they'll try and swim over there. It's really tough to swim over there, but they will eventually make it, and they'll see the original tribe members, and they're like, did we really just swim across that? They'll probably think that it's a river, maybe. Did we really just swim across that river to get to our civilization again? And yes, that's exactly what they did. Over here, we'll see that the green team will go along the southern coast of Turkey. And they're looking very good. They'll also have some more expansion east from over here. And we will also see, hold on, making sure that I have the right. There we go. And boom. Alright. We'll also see that they will move more north over here along the Black Sea, going into what is now modern day Ukraine. And they're getting very close to Crimea. Once they get Crimea, that will be amazing. Also, over here there's like a strait so you can get to, or whatever, it's like a passage to get to the Mediterranean. But I don't feel like adding that. So yeah. But they will get over here and take the entirety of Crimea. Almost said the Mediterranean. But yeah, they'll take the entirety of Crimea and move a little bit more westward until they accidentally meet up with the rest of their tribe and realize, oh wow, we probably gained a lot of land there. Indeed, they did. They surrounded the entirety of the Black Sea. I keep calling it the Caspian Sea. This is the Caspian Sea. That's the Black Sea. That's the Red Sea. That's the Persian Gulf. That's the Mediterranean Sea. That's the Baltic Sea. That's the English Strait. That's the Gibraltar Strait, or English Channel. That's the Gibraltar Strait and English Channel. I'm pretty sure it might be over here. That's the Bay of Bengal. No, I don't think it's the Bay of Bengal. I think the Bay of Bengal is over here. I don't know why I said that. We're over here somewhere. All I know is that this is the Indian Ocean. I don't know why I just started spitting facts about oceans. Over here, they'll meet up with this civilization and go south. After they meet up there, they have gone down. After they meet up back over here, after going south, they realize that getting this will be difficult. So they just leave it as it is and let someone else get it. That'd be the smart decision. But they do start and try to go north. And, well, northwest and south, northeast, southwest. over here they'll try and go east, but they won't get very far because they'll notice that it's just desert and there's no need for it. But they do meet back up with that, and then down here we'll meet up with them. And it's really interesting because now they're over here and they're trying to get land over here, or more land going west, technically southwest. But yeah, we'll see some people a part of this civilization. They're going this way. They've actually gotten like all the way over here and gone up a bit. That's what they've done. While we weren't looking, while we weren't paying attention, they were going up north. But we will see this tribe or whatever civilization people. There's about 400 people that are agreeing to go this way. So that's what they do. They go this way, and actually they don't go that way, but they go north, and they make a civilization along the coastline of the Caspian Sea. And during this, they'll realize that over here is very hard to get through. This is basically like a blockage, or whatever you want to say, blockade. However you want to say it, whatever you want to say. Because of the Caucasus Mountains. The Caucasus Mountains will probably be pretty tough to get through. I've never been through them because I live in America, and I've never traveled outside of America. But yeah, they do try to expand more this way and go up, and yeah, meet up. Over here, they're slowly getting through these mountains, and then they go more north on the coastline. Because now it's not as bad. There's not as many mountains up here, but there's still I'm pretty sure there's still mountains up here, but it's not as big ones as these down here. But we will see that they go and take the entirety of coastline there, and then they'll try and go up like this, and they succeed at that the first time, but then they try and do it again and realize, except going this way, and realize that there are mountains right here. They can't really do that. Oh, whoops. So instead, they'll move out this way above the Caucasus Mountains. I'm pretty sure they're above them on the map, and I mean they're still they're inching forward a bit over here. But they will eventually meet up with the green team that they had no idea about. Well, actually, they had an idea about. Well, they had heard something about, oh, I want to go start my own civilization. And they were like, okay, that's that. And then they went and made their own after a bit. And they finally met up with the green. But from the red team, we'll see our last civilization pop up, and that will be the purple team. The purple team will really just move this way to get away from them. They try to move this way, but then realize it's just desert. So they go down here, and they start going this way, and they realize this is a very nice place. Let's take it over. So they take all that, and they go along the coastline. You'll see a very large pattern here. Every civilization will go along the coastline, and they'll make it very far down the coastline before moving more up to connect with their the rest of their civilization tribe thing. and they will meet up with, they recognize the place, and they stop there, and after meeting up with the pink team, and they move more south, and it's pretty drastic what they've done. They know nothing about what's over here, and that's kind of crazy. They know nothing that's in here. Nobody has any idea what's up in here. No idea that there is a huge landmass all the way over here. Actually, there's just a huge landmass all around here. They don't know that there's islands down here. They don't know that there's a whole 2 other continents over here. It's crazy that none of them know that. We will see that they realize that they're in rainforest, so they will move more westward. And that is very... They move westward and realize that's not very that good, but it's pretty good for maybe growing some crops. So they go back and tell them, and they say, alright, let's move westward. So they move westward, and eventually they'll start moving westward on this side, meeting up with that. I'm just speedrunning at this point because I'm just, yeah, I probably said that in another video already because I'm on a timer. So we'll see that the purple team actually has a huge increase in land area. From up here, they'll see a expansion like that, and yeah, that's what will happen. We'll see them go. Hold on, it's too big of a brush. We'll see them go along the coast again, and then go up and meet up there and there. Alright, so let's look at our civilizations. We have the red team being the first one, or the pink team being the first one, pinkish red being the first one, and they started over here. They started over here, and then went along the coast, and by the time they got up here, we got introduced to the yellow team, which actually moved all the way over here, not finding anything before finding this body of water. They had no idea that this was here the whole time. But after moving this way, I'm pretty sure they made a landing here, which was their first start, and then they eventually, grew to be the largest or second largest. It might be the second largest because this is pretty large. Let's compare. All right, after comparing, this one is definitely, the pink team is definitely has more. You can see that they have all that, and they only have all that. So the pink team is larger, but the second largest is the second one, of course. And we'll see that they go all the way over here, and yeah, they made it. Well, they actually started going this way at first, getting all this fertile soil that's around here, and then finally meeting up with the Mediterranean Sea. We'll see from up here, there will be people that go north and land, well, they actually go north up here and land about right here, go through the Caucasus Mountains and go down that way, and even over here. And then they eventually turn into this. Then from this team, again, they'll see that they'll have people go north this way, and actually they'll go north this way, meet up about right here, not meet up, but they'll all stop about right there, then expand along the coastline until they eventually decide to expand westward, and get all this. That's a lot. We'll see down here. This one might actually be the second biggest. It's very comparable to this one. This is the purple team that that ran away from the red team. They first started going this way, looking for area, until they realized that they started going this way, looking for area, until they realized that a lot of this stuff is just desert. So they then head south, where they will meet up up here, and they all go around the coastline and go over here. They'll realize that a lot of it looks good, so they'll start their civilization around here and go this way and this way. They all separate, and then they meet up here. Then the rest goes down. After getting to about right here, they realize this is looking very promising because it's getting more green. So they move west, and seeing that there's a lot of rainforest, they decide, you know what, let's expand our territory over here. So they eventually got all this, and that's actually insane how much they got. That's comparable to even this. Then we got this up here. Hold on, I went off screen, or off the crop. Yeah, this is the second. This is the first. This is the third. Then one of these are the, I think this is the fourth. Then the fifth. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you did enjoy, please like the video and subscribe so I could hit 2,000 before the end of the year. If you want to see a part 2 to this series, just let me know. I think I'll just do a part 2 anyways. Yeah, let me know what you want to see me do next, and God bless.